When you spend nearly 4 decades portraying a single character on one of television's most beloved soap operas, fame is both a gift and a cage. Anthony Geary, the actor immortalized as General Hospital's Luke Spencer, knows this better than most. Over the course of 37 years, he brought to life a character that became a household name, a cultural touchstone, and a symbol of daytime drama. The wedding of Luke and Laura captured the hearts of millions, making people laugh, cry, and cheer, while Anthony himself quietly wrestled with challenges that the audience would never see. Behind the charm, intensity, and complexity of Luke Spencer was a man who often felt trapped by his own success. Anthony didn't crave attention. In fact, he often shied away from it. Parties, interviews, and red carpets were uncomfortable arenas, and the fame his character brought made ordinary life nearly impossible. The name Luke Spencer opened doors, but it also confined him to a version of himself he hadn't chosen, turning public admiration into a double-edged sword. Early life in Coveville. Born in 1947 in the small town of Coveville, Utah, Anthony Geary's early life was far removed from the glitz of Hollywood. Coveville was a place so modest that newcomers often passed through without realizing they had arrived. Its quiet streets, open fields, and humble homes shaped Geary's sense of the world, emphasizing simplicity, hard work, and quiet dignity. His family were devout Mormons, a faith that emphasized strict moral codes, discipline, and a focus on humility and family values. Alcohol, smoking, and casual indulgences were discouraged, while kindness, responsibility, and self-control were deeply valued. These principles left a lasting imprint on Geary. From an early age, he was both disciplined and reflective, learning to observe the world with care and respect. His father, Russell Dean Geary, was a builder who created a construction business from nothing, demonstrating that commitment and effort were the paths to success. His mother, Dana, was the emotional center of the household, teaching Anthony empathy, patience, and the importance of understanding others, a skill that would become central to his acting craft. Even as a child, Anthony approached life differently. While other children watched films for amusement, he analyzed them, recording titles, directors, actors, and personal impressions in detailed notes. He gravitated toward complex, conflicted characters rather than straightforward heroes, a fascination that foreshadowed the depth he would bring to his acting. Despite no family ties to the arts, Anthony felt an undeniable pull toward storytelling. He recreated scenes alone in his room, imitating voices, capturing nuances, and inhabiting characters as though living them was the only way to truly understand human nature. Discovering a path. At North Summit High School, Anthony's talents became apparent. While he struggled in subjects like math and science, the stage became his arena. Whenever a school production was mounted, it was expected that he would take the lead, not because of looks or charisma alone, but because of a natural magnetism and dedication to craft. A turning point arrived with a drama scholarship to the University of Utah. This opportunity was more than a chance to study. It was a declaration of purpose. Anthony was leaving behind the safety of small-town life to embrace a world that demanded courage, creativity, and resilience. During his university years, he continued to develop his craft, earning accolades for his dedication and ability to explore the emotional landscapes of every character he portrayed. Stage beginnings. Anthony Geary's professional journey began on the stage, the harshest and most demanding training ground for any actor. Theater requires immediacy, discipline, and emotional transparency. There are no second takes, no editing, just the raw connection between actor and audience. Early on, Anthony distinguished himself not just through talent, but through a meticulous approach to his craft. He was awarded the prestigious Presidential Award Scholarship for Drama at the University of Utah, validating his decision to dedicate his life to acting. The true turning point came when Oscar-winning actor Jack Albertson visited the university. Geary was cast as the son in Albertson's production of Subject Was Roses, and after the final performance, Albertson approached him with an offer to tour professionally. This was the opportunity Anthony had been waiting for, a ticket from small-town anonymity to the expansive, challenging world of performance. He accepted without hesitation, leaving Utah behind to pursue a life in the arts. Los Angeles and television touring with Albertson eventually brought Geary to Los Angeles, a city that has historically been both welcoming and unforgiving to newcomers. He began in live theater, performing in over 50 productions ranging from community plays to professional theaters. Through these years, he honed emotional control, timing, and presence, skills that would later define his on-screen performances. His transition to television came gradually, with appearances on shows such as Room 222, The Streets of San Francisco, and The $6 Million Man. Even in small roles, Anthony's performances were memorable, distinguished by their depth and authenticity. In 1971, he played Roger on All in the Family, one of the earliest nuanced portrayals of a gay character on American television. Rather than caricature or exaggeration, Geary presented Roger as a fully realized human being, demonstrating honesty and respect in a groundbreaking performance. Around the same time, he joined Bright Promise, a daytime soap that would unexpectedly pave the way for the role that would define his career. Meeting Gloria Monty. It was Gloria Monty, a visionary producer who recognized Anthony's potential. She valued truth over perfection, seeking actors capable of conveying emotional complexity rather than relying solely on charm or conventional looks. Geary's intensity, subtlety, and willingness to explore difficult emotions aligned perfectly with her vision. Monty remembered his bold performance on All in the Family and saw in him someone who could bring real depth to daytime television. When she took over General Hospital, Monty created the character of Luke Spencer specifically for Anthony, setting the stage for a new kind of television antihero. The birth of Luke Spencer. Anthony joined General Hospital in 1978, initially contracted for only 13 weeks. Luke Spencer was intended as a minor character, but Anthony's embodiment of him transformed the role into something far larger. Luke was a morally complex character with a troubled past, and Anthony portrayed him with nuance, allowing audiences to see not just his actions, but the human emotions behind them. He did not sanitize or romanticize Luke's flaws. Instead, he brought authenticity to a character struggling with violence, guilt, and a desire for redemption. This depth resonated deeply with viewers, establishing Luke as a figure both controversial and compelling. Luke and Laura. The wedding of Luke and Laura in 1981 became a national event, drawing over 30 million viewers and cementing the pair as daytime television's first super couple. The phenomenon transcended the soap opera genre, drawing attention from mainstream media and making Luke Spencer a household name. Anthony's portrayal of Luke reshaped how male characters could be written on television. He demonstrated that audiences could engage with morally complex figures, provided they were portrayed with authenticity and emotional honesty. Awards and recognition. Throughout his career, Anthony Geary earned 8 Daytime Emmy Awards for Outstanding Lead Actor, a record in the genre. These accolades reflected not just talent, but an extraordinary dedication to craft over nearly 40 years. By the time he departed General Hospital in 2015, he had appeared in over 1,200 episodes, leaving behind a legacy unmatched in modern television. Yet the role that brought him fame was also a source of confinement. Anthony often lamented that Luke Spencer had consumed his public identity, leaving little room for him to pursue other roles. Audiences and industry alike struggled to separate the actor from the character, a duality that weighed heavily on him throughout his career. Personal life and privacy. Despite public recognition, Anthony Geary remained intensely private. While colleagues attended events and shared their personal lives with the media, Anthony kept his relationships, home, and daily routines out of the spotlight. For decades, fans speculated about his personal life, including rumors about his sexuality. But Geary remained silent, valuing privacy over public curiosity. In 2025, the truth quietly emerged when Claudio Gama, Anthony's partner of 30 years, shared a social media post commemorating their 6th wedding anniversary. The revelation offered a glimpse into Anthony's private world, a modest home in Amsterdam, quiet celebrations with friends, and a life centered on love, literature, and simple pleasures. Geary had chosen a life away from fame, one defined by authenticity and peace rather than public attention. Relationships on set. Anthony's approach to privacy extended to his work relationships as well. His partnership with Jeannie Francis, who played Laura, was professional rather than personal. While fans assumed they were inseparable off-screen, their interactions were often distant, shaped by Anthony's natural reserve and focus on craft. They navigated disagreements over the portrayal of sensitive storylines quietly and with professionalism. It was only after leaving the show that they reconciled, developing a muted but genuine respect for one another as artists who had created something iconic together. Health and departure. In his later years on General Hospital, Anthony faced serious physical challenges, including a back injury that made standing for long periods difficult. Surgery and rehabilitation became part of his routine, and the demands of performing Luke Spencer became increasingly taxing. He chose to leave the role not because of disinterest, but because his body and spirit had reached their limits. By stepping away quietly, he preserved the integrity of the character while reclaiming his own life. Life in Amsterdam today. Anthony Geary lives a serene life with Claudio in Amsterdam. Away from the pressures of Hollywood, he immerses himself in literature, writes scripts, cooks, and enjoys the companionship of his cat, Max. His days are no longer measured in episodes filmed or cameras rolling, but in quiet moments, intellectual exploration, and the freedom to exist authentically. This life, while invisible to most fans, represents the culmination of decades of choices that prioritized personal truth over public expectation. Legacy and influence. Anthony Geary's impact on television is profound. He reshaped the archetype of the male character in daytime drama, introducing complexity, moral ambiguity, and emotional depth that had previously been reserved for film or primetime television. Luke Spencer became a template for future anti-heroes, influencing characters across the entertainment landscape. Beyond awards and accolades, Anthony demonstrated that success need not be measured by visibility, but by the courage to pursue meaningful work, maintain integrity, and honor one's own life choices. Reflection. Anthony Geary's story is one of dedication, resilience, and quiet triumph. He gave nearly half a century to an iconic role, transforming Luke Spencer from a supporting character into a symbol of complexity and humanity. Yet he never allowed the character to overshadow his own needs or desires. By stepping away, embracing privacy, and cultivating a life of personal fulfillment, he exemplifies a form of success often overlooked: the ability to define one's own path, to prioritize authenticity over applause, and to find peace after decades of intense public scrutiny. Conclusion. For those who watched Luke Spencer and Laura Weber, the memories remain vivid, but now there is a fuller understanding of the man who brought Luke to life. Anthony Geary's journey reminds us that behind every public persona lies a human story filled with triumphs, struggles, and choices that may never be seen. His life encourages reflection on what truly matters: the courage to pursue passion, the integrity to live honestly, and the wisdom to know when to step away. In a world that often equates visibility with success, Anthony Geary's life is a testament to the highest form of achievement, living fully, quietly, and authentically on one's own terms.